Being a bike courier is not a job most people think of when growing up.
Was into buying bikes, building bikes, riding bikes. Seemed like a good way of merging my hobbies.
It's also not an easy job as most people would think.
It's quite intense, can be quite intense. I've managed to stay on a bike until I was 8 months pregnant.
But it's a job that gives you the freedom you crave.
You're outside. You don't have to stay in one place. You don't have to do the same things.
Back in the golden days of early 1980s, they were considered urban superheroes. Today they are facing the biggest hurdles of their lives. Sexism, injury, discrimination. In this gig economy, when couriers are becoming essential, then why do they, in their race to deliver what people need, often end up with their own needs ignored?
People who become bike couriers, I think, first of all, I find them a bit crazy.
Aurelia has been working as a courier in London for almost 3 years. She's one of the only 3 female cargo bike couriers in London today.
Some of us started to be bicycle couriers because we just love bikes and we want to work on our bike. A lot of customers don't really know what is actually a cargo bike. So when they see me, they obviously think that I'm on a push bike. It's like, oh, can you take it? And I'm like, yeah, I can take it. It's kind of can sound weird, but I found couriering a bit less stressful. You just concentrate on one thing. Cycle, pick up a job, and drop a job, and that's it. That's all your responsibilities. As a bike courier, you basically, yes, you travel in the whole city, mainly central city. And you visit probably the craziest place you can ever imagine. We get into the craziest alleys, the Buckingham Palace. I've been to the Buckingham Palace delivering. Now, more or less, they're changing a little bit the scheme. It feels that there's less space in the street. Cabs being really rude and almost approaching really roughly on the cyclists.
Dealing with the dangers of the London road is a huge problem for bicycle couriers.
One day, 2 of our friends had very serious accidents on the same day.
Stephanie has been working in the courier industry for almost 20 years now.
We've raised money to help them out, and we raised about £1,000. So we gave some money to them, and then we kept the rest. And then we thought, well, we have this small amount of money, so maybe that could be the start of our fund.
The London Courier Emergency Fund is a fund that provides financial aid to London bicycle couriers who get injured while riding.
When we started the LCEF, out of the 6 committee members, I was the only woman. So there was a lot of egos, a lot of guys, thumping the chest and wanting to establish, how we were going to do things. And so, you have to deal with all of that. The events, and all that. He's got a van, he's got everything for cooking, but we don't really want to ask him to come here, to come to London, and then cross again. I've been running it by myself for about 5 years now. We've helped out, maybe, 10, 12 people so far this year. Bicycle couriers are self-employed contractors. That means that if they have a crash or if they're unwell, they don't get any help from their companies, they don't get any sick days. So I don't think there's going to be a shortage of bicycle couriers that need assistance, unfortunately.
Stephanie's inspiring and empowering work for the courier community won her the Marcus Cook Award, an award given to couriers who go above and beyond for the community. But Stephanie realizes that couriers getting injured on the road is only half the problem, as they are still not recognized as workers.
We would consider precarious workers, so they are either self-employed and don't have access to any employment rights whatsoever. They're generally exploited in some shape or form.
Max is the vice president of the IWGB, the Independent Workers' Union of Great Britain.
It's not a glamorous role, you know. I contacted the IWGB because it was becoming quite apparent in the 3 years that I had been working on and off as a bike courier that the industry was was completely unregulated, and the only option would be to form a union. It's a very macho culture, but it's also designed to do that. Union membership is necessarily male-dominated, and part of what we're doing is trying to get over that. From the practicalities, it's quite an unpleasant job. Don't have access to toilets very much. It's freezing a lot of the time. I've been through it myself. I know other people, particularly a few women, who have said to me that they left the industry just because they just couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, fair enough. What we're trying to do is get basic employment protections for couriers. And essentially, the problems arise from the companies ignoring the law. Because the companies know that the legal system is incredibly difficult and challenging and onerous and tiring and emotionally exhausting, you're intimidated out of trying to access justice or to achieve justice in the first place. That's something that I was scared about when I took the claim against City Sprint. We basically decided to launch 4 cases at once, so against City Sprint, eCourier, Addison Lee and Excel. We won all 4 cases. And from January this year, another company called the Doctors Laboratory, where we have a campaign now, all the self-employed guys there get 5.6 weeks paid holiday per year, which is, from a courier's point of view, revolutionary. In our WhatsApp chat that we have for that company, one of the nicest things I saw was, when people were first getting their holidays and posting pictures of their holidays that they were being paid for, right? These are guys who've been couriers for 20 years, who've never had a paid holiday in their life. Pictures of their kids in the garden or something, being like, oh my God, I'm being paid to spend time with my family. That's why we do this stuff.
Whatever you may say about bike couriers, they're crazy, they're misfits, they ride their bikes really fast. But the most important thing is that they take care of each other. As for the future
is hopefully very bright. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be a courier, but I'm intending to keep the LCF going as long as possible.
We've planted a seed, it's growing, it's going to plant more seeds. It's just giving people hope.
Till then, see you on the road.